Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers news, Redick thinks NBA should get rid of L2M report. The NBA has continually evolved in numerous facets over the years, and not just with the players on the court. The league has taken many steps to improve the officiating, with one thing implemented being the last 2-minute L2M report, which began for the sake of transparency and holding referees accountable for mistakes. But new Los Angeles Lakers head coach Redick is not a fan. Referees are human and are bound to make mistakes just like anyone else. The league clearly wants players and fans to know that they are also seeing the mistakes when they happen, and while Redick understands this, the Lakers coach doesn't believe it solves anything. Redick was recently interviewed by Hassan Minhaj and explained his reasons for disliking the NBA L2M report, as well as a change he'd like to see with instant replays. There's always been a human element to the sport. Referees are a big part of our sport and they're graded just like all of us, they're scrutinized internally. I'm saying, if I have a good game or a bad game, I've got to then go watch the film the next day with the team, and we've got to talk about it and we've got to fix the problems. They're getting that within the Referees Association. So there's always been that human element. Technology has made it where the eyeballs and the magnifying glass on them has, I think, made it harder. As far as the last 2-minute report, I hate it. I don't think we should do it. There's some times where the league will come out and they'll be like, that was the correct call, and we're like, no, we all watched the replay 17 times, it was not the correct call. What does the last 2-minute report do? We can all see what happened. Tyrese Maxey, you brought up the travel, but what about Game 2 when his jersey gets held on the inbounds play? That should have been a foul. And then they come out with a last 2-minute report like, Josh Hart fouled Maxey. Well, no shit. I don't need you to do that. The intent there is for transparency. I think the intent is correct. But does it solve any problem? No. Does it make anybody feel any better? You think 76ers fans woke up the next day and were like, league got it right this time? I know it slows the game down at times, but I like replays within the game. I think it's fair to have replays. I think there's some stuff, and again, I have nothing to do with the rules committee, but there's some stuff where we see something happening in a replay and they're reviewing the replay for something else and it's blatantly obvious that this one thing happened, but it's not reviewable. Can we tweak some of that stuff? I don't know. Like Redick said, the intent is there, but there really is no need to do the reports when everyone can clearly see a mistake was made, but nothing about the final outcome of the game will change. In the end, the losing team will still have a loss on their record. Redick's suggestion on the instant replay tweak is an interesting one as well. There are often times where a ball might go out of bounds off of someone, but replay will show that it is only because they were fouled on that play, but nothing was called. When that happens, there is nothing that can be done, and the Lakers coach would like to see something being done about that. Whether the Lakers coach's suggestions will be considered is unknown, and it's possible the league is already considering changes to the rules. But for now, Redick will have to push forward with the rules as is. Redick has officially finalized his coaching staff for the 2024-25 season, and the new Lakers coach has accomplished his goal of blending experience with youth and creativity. Former NBA head coaches Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan are at the head of the staff as lead assistants. Bob Bayer has been an NBA assistant for nearly 20 years, and Greg St. Jean has more than 10 years of experience coaching at the NBA level. Lindsey Harding, last year's G League Coach of the Year, and Bo Levesque, who spent the last 4 seasons as a player development coach, round out Redick's coaching staff, with Michael Wexler being named head video coordinator. Report: LeBron James declared he was trying to make that other number 23 disappear early in his NBA career. Rashad McCants played for 2 teams, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Sacramento Kings, across his 4 seasons in the NBA, and according to someone he spoke to, LeBron James seemingly implied early on in his pro career that he was hoping to overshadow Michael Jordan as an NBA player. This comes from a high-table source, who told me they had a conversation after the 2005 season, McCants said. Playin' bore with Braun, a bunch of motherf, on the table, and Braun just happened to say some randomly. Man, I'm trying to make that other number 23 disappear. The guy who told me looked up, looked at everybody else at the table, said, good luck, young fella. It didn't take James very long to establish himself as one of the best players in the league, and if the comments in question came after the 2004 to 2005 season, he was already on his way to becoming a generational player at that point in time. After all, he averaged 27.2 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 7.2 assists per game during the 2004 to 2005 campaign, his second season in the NBA, and then went on to finish second in the league's MVP voting behind only Steve Nash in his third year in the pros after averaging 31.4 points per game. Since James allegedly made his bold declaration all those years ago, he has steadily put together one of the most impressive resumes in the history of the sport. The 39-year-old, who will turn 40 in December, has 20 All-Star appearances, 20 All-NBA nods, 4 League MVP awards, 4 NBA titles and 4 NBA Finals MVP awards to his name, and his professional basketball career is still going strong. But it's up for debate whether James has succeeded in his supposed goal of making Jordan disappear. Jordan is still believed by many to be the best player that the sport of basketball has ever seen, and the former Chicago Bulls star still has James beat in numerous categories, including NBA titles and scoring titles. Jordan won 6 NBA titles, all as a member of the Bulls, during his time in the league, while James is still eyeing his 5th. He hasn't won a title since the year 2020, when he and the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. James will try to lead the Lakers deeper into the playoffs this coming season after the team lost to the Denver Nuggets in the opening round of the 2024 NBA playoffs. Jazz rookie Cody Williams not afraid to face off against Lakers' LeBron James. LeBron James has defied Father Time for years now and proved he could still be effective in the twilight of his career after another strong season with the Los Angeles Lakers during the 2023-24 campaign. James was named to the All-NBA third team and led the Lakers back to the playoffs, though they lost in 5 games to the Denver Nuggets. While the postseason success hasn't been there for James, he continues to prove that he still belongs in the conversation as one of the best players in the league. For the incoming rookies, playing against James must be an exciting proposition, considering they grew up watching him during his peak. There are even some players like the Utah Jazz's Cody Williams who weren't even born when James debuted back in 2003. Williams was a highly touted prospect in the 2024 NBA draft and should see run early on in his career, though he's one of the rookies that isn't afraid to go up against James, via Ryan Morick of Fox Sports. I'm in the NBA for a reason. He still has to guard me, too, Williams said in a recent interview with Fox News Digital. Williams added that while he'll respect James as a player, he'll still try to go at him like he would any other player, but also, I'm in the NBA. I was drafted at 10 for a reason, he said. I'm not going to be starstruck at all, going to obviously respect him, but going to go at him and let him know I'm supposed to be there, too. Williams has every right to be confident in his ability to hang with the best of the best considering his draft capital and talent, and he'll surely have his moments once he sees James on the floor. The competitive spirit from Williams is something that James will appreciate given his love for testing himself against his peers. While Williams and Utah are ways away from competing for an NBA championship, James is looking like he has at least one more run in him. Austin Reeves believes the Lakers have a shot given the way James has looked during Olympic play, and it'll be interesting to see if he carries the momentum into next season. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Cody Williams? Leave your opinion in the comments.